Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back, and as always, huge massive thanks for the support. So today I'm going to be playing with my goodie box number 2. So I did an opening a couple of days ago with both the boxes. I've already had a play with box 1. This is box 2, but just as a reminder of what we had in there. What's that? What I had? A Holly Jolly Christmas pad. I have got one of these, so I'm probably unfortunately going to have to sell that one. A little pocket pad. I might give that to my sister for colouring. So let's put that to the side. Got this beautiful texture die with this wonderfully woolly, so it's like a cable knit. So that's going to be interesting to use that. Got these beautiful diamond sparkles, like flower gel gems, but I don't think they necessarily need to be flowers. They don't look particularly flowerish, so they can be used just generally. So I'm going to pop that in there. I've got this beautiful pad, although it is falling apart, with the Winter Wildlife. I might use that today, I think. Let's pop that to there. We've got Santa's on his way, luxury topper set. We've got the Festive Friends, a Snow Much Fun luxury topper set. I have already done a card with this. You can check that out on Pinterest or go back through my videos. They did give me 2 of this, so I think that might be a mistake. There might have been somebody feeling generous. Got this beautiful topper with the little dogs. I'm going to have a play with that at some point. And then I've got the Winter Wishes set with the inserts. So I'm not going to be playing with that today. So let's put that out of the way. I think I am going to stick with this Winter Wildlife craft pad. Pop that back in the box so it doesn't get lost. And then let's have a little look and see. So it came like this with the sort of top already off. I'm pretty sure I might have a card on that. I know I've done something with the donkeys. I haven't done this one, so let's pop. Actually, I won't pop it out. I'll leave it in there. I've definitely done these 2, and I've done the rabbits, but I might have done them in the little book, which I got with the kit. That's one of the card stocks. I'm just going to have a look at the foiled one. And an insert maybe. Oh yeah, we're going to use that foiled. Look at that. Got this delicate foiling all along here. I don't know if you can sort of pick that up. Try and get it to flash for you maybe. That is super. I love it when you get that delicate foiling. I do like the foiling when you get the big bits, but when you get just the little tiny little hints of it, it really does set that image off. Let's pop that out. And I'm going to grab an insert as well. So now my pad is well and truly falling to pieces. Let's have a look. So I've got Foxy and Hedgepig, Squirrel, Bunny and the Robin, Owl. I'm not doing the bluebird, I think we're going to do the robin. So we do, oh, is there not a robin one? Maybe not. The inserts are there. 8 inserts. So let me just go back through those again. So we've got the dog, the donkey, the bluebird, owl, rabbit, squirrel, hedgehog. Oh, I think it's this one. So I'm just looking at the front here, and it's got the little hedgehog there, so I think that is going to be the insert, so we'll pop that out as well. I'm going to pop that bit of the book away. We'll just keep the top a bit. So my chair's a bit creaky. I'll pop that there. Right, so we need to make a card first of all. So okay, let's bring in a card blank. So as always, it's going to be a 6x12. So we're going to be making a 6x6 card. Okay, let's bring, I'm going to trim some of this down, I think. So I'm going to score this at 6 because that is the halfway point. And just get that. Okay, and I think what I'm going to do, I do need to trim it. There's a little edge on it which is annoying me. I think I might do another sort of cutaway card. So let's just trim that up first of all. There we go. So now we're nice and square. So let's take that down to 2 inches. Let's take that to 2 inches. I'll save that for another day. So what I'm going to do is, normally when I do these cutaway cards, I do them that way. But today, just for a bit of a change, I'm going to do it as a side fold. So it's going to have a slightly different look to it. So I have got some acetate here, so I'm going to cut that to 2 notches under 6. 2 notches under 6, and that's just going to give our card a bit of support. And that's going to be on the front. And then we need to start with some gold layers. So for the back piece, we need a piece that's going to be, I'm going to go with my normal 2 notches under 6, just because I like that white border. 2 notches under 6, and that should fit nicely on there. And then I need 2 pieces that are 2 notches under 2 by 2 notches under 6. And that should fit onto there quite nicely. And then again, same again, 2 notches under 2. 2 notches under 6. So I've got another piece for another day. And that can go in the newly empty bin. So let's grab this piece here. And I think because I'm only going to be using 2 pieces on that front, I'm just going to cut them down from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 notches under the 2. So I'm using it on here. And when I say a notch, it's 1/16. So 4 notches under the 2. Under the 2 really is 1 3/4. I did have somebody ask the other day, and I forget sometimes just to keep saying. And then I'm going to keep that bit of on the bottom. So again, we're going to go to 5 3/4 and 5 3/4. And what I'm going to say, I'm going to keep these bits. I know you might think they're small, but if I just bring in something I was playing with the other night. So I have got a Gemini foil press, and I've got some Spellbinder sentiments in the sale, in the Black Friday sale. And this is just some of the cardstock. It was a tiny little square left over from the last play, actually, because it was on my desk there. So even these small bits, I can get some Merry Christmases out of, or Season's Greetings. There's quite a few. There's about 5 sentiments on that strip. And it's going to be, and this is the adorable scoreable. It foils beautifully. And then when I get a kit, like the other day when I had to find a sentiment, I can have a slightly different one if I want to. This foil is not quite gold, it's called chocolate, but to me it looks bronze. But I'm going to keep that in that little pot, those little pieces, and I am going to foil them, so you may see them coming up. I just spent an afternoon just sat in front of the TV watching YouTube, well, half watching YouTube videos, and foiling away and then cutting them all out, so it was quite nice actually. Okay, so back to the important thing. So because my other trimmer doesn't cut this paper, this insert paper, very well, so I just need to cut this to 5 3/4 square, and I'm going to keep the picture in on this one, so you will see a bit of it in the background. 5 3/4. Obviously that can be an insert for another card. It is just gently patterned like Snowfall, so we'll keep that to the side. And since I found that little trimmer when I got desperate because of the blades on my other one, it's a godsend having it there, to be honest with you. Okay, so those are going to fit on there nicely. That's going to fit on there nicely, yep. Okay, so let's get this assembled. So I'm going to give this another good burnish down. Now we're on the flat mat. And let's start with our back piece. So the glues I'm going to be using, just as always, is the Clout All Purpose, which I have decanted into this one, and then the tacky glue, which I have decanted into this little small applicator. So just popping that on, making sure that is nice and straight. I've just got a thin, actually that needs to go over just a little bit, just a thin white border all the way around. If you don't like that, then you could literally just take these 6x6 Miri mats and pop it on. You might have to just trim a little bit off of this one because it's the fold, but you could literally just pop that on, make your insert maybe a little bigger, or maybe even keep it the same, whatever, you know, however you like your borders to be. I like a narrow one, but I appreciate that not everybody is the same as me. Horses for courses and all that. Okay, so I'm just going to, for the insert, because it's paper, I don't like to use the tacky glue on it because it has got that water content, so I like to use this dotty runner just in the corner, and that means I still have that float time with my glue. It's not going to show through, and then once I found the right space, if I give it a press in those corners, give it a good press down so that the glue doesn't go lumpy, because there's nothing worse than trying to write on lumpy glue. And those glue dots will make sure that sticks nice and fine. So the only reason I do that is put the bits in the corner is just because I like it not to move. I want to be able to move on to the next part of my card and not have to worry that that's still slipping and sliding behind. Okay, so next I'm going to bring in some super sticky red liner tape. You might have been lucky enough to get a roll of this in your goodie box. I didn't in any of mine, which is a bit sad, but I have got plenty. I say I've got plenty, I've got quite a lot, but I was hoping to get some more. I was hoping that in October there would be the stamp show in Peterborough, but they didn't do it this year. So I'm not quite sure why, whether it wasn't being attended. It's normally at the East of England showground. So I had set aside a little bit of money, and I was looking forward to going and having a little browse, because they don't only do, or they didn't only do craft things, they had people selling things that they'd made. So the other year, last year, must have been last year, when I went out, there was this lady that was doing these beautiful Christmas decorations with dog paw prints on, and they were out of clay. and I got one with George's name on for Donna, because really he is her dog. He's supposed to be her dog. No, he is her dog. He loves her more than he loves me, even though he was supposed to have been my dog in the beginning. Okay, so I'm just going to, let's see, let's pop this. I just want to make sure I'm not going over that bottom, because that's got to go in the other border. So the reason why I'm putting these on now is just so that I can hide these with my pieces after, so you're not going to see any workings out whatsoever. So let's pop these off here. Popping those into the bin. A little bit of glue in the middle. And I don't really trust tacky glue with acetate. It is supposed to stick it, but I did have an instance where it came undone after a couple of weeks, so that's why I prefer to use the red liner tape now. Give it a good press down and do it that way, even if it's just like one piece of red liner, because this is really super strong and you could get away with just using one piece. Oops. But I do tend to use the two, so there's a bit of the front and a bit of the back. So let's give it a good press down. And I give it a good burnish down so that it's easier to get the top off. So if you've been struggling to get the top red line, you know, the red carrier sheet off, just try giving it a good burnish down. So this piece, and you do have to sort of work it out before you let it stick, because once it's stuck, it is stuck. There we go, there's the gold, and all of those workings are gone, nice and clean on the inside. Okay, so let's do this other piece. If you forget to do this and you sort of do it and you've got your workings showing, all you can do is just take a piece of copy paper, even anything like that, and just stick that on the back, or light cardstock, just to hide those workings. I want to come off that side for some reason. Okay, and then again just put the tacky glue down at the centre, and then we're just going to come in, just kind of hover, hopefully not drop it like that. Oh, come on. Alright, try again with the hover. I've got a little crease mark in there, but I'm not going to worry about that because a lot of it's going to be covered up, and I can always use the sentiment if I'm not happy. Okay, so let's see. Think that way and then that way. So these we can just do our normal glues because we're now on the foil. And the nice thing about doing it this way is that because we've got this border going that way, we can make use of that in our design. Okay, and then the second one. The orientation is the right way. I'll show you what I mean in a second when I'll turn the card around and show you. Okay, so normally I would have it going this way round, but with yeah, so I'd have it that way around, and this would be the wrong way. You could have it that way, but I don't think it looks as effective as going across the bottom like it was on the sheet. Okay, so this is still a little flimsy because we need to put that topper on there. Okay, let's grab the topper. We want that lovely big robin. So if I just use that over and then pop this out. And it has got a couple of frames, so we'll see how many of those we want to use. What else have we got? We've got Seasons Tweetings, Joy to All, Merry Christmas. I really like this Seasons Tweetings, but the other two have got robins on, so we'll save that one for the little bluebird or blue tit. We can bring this across, maybe across there. Just got a little pip on that edge. Okay, so let's have a little look. So let's pop these frames out. You don't have to pop the frames out if you don't want to. You could keep it as one solid piece. And I think that's that way around. Okay. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put a thin line of glue on the bottom of there, and then we'll raise this frame up. So another little pip there, one at the top. And the reason why I'm doing that, I'm going to leave that one out, is because if I put pads on this, you're going to see it on the underside. So I don't want to do that. So I'm going to just put a little narrow edge of glue, and we'll put that nice and straight. And then we'll put that over the top. So let's just do that now. So need a bit of glue, and once this dries, it is really strong glue, so that is the benefit of it. Just going to pop that into the middle there. Oops, do want that to be quite nice and straight. Let's see how it is compared to that. Just going a little bit that way. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little bit of tissue, just where I was a little messy with that glue, because it's only the tacky glue. You can wipe it off. Okay, and then this one is going to go over the top. So what I'm going to do, sorry, it's just a little pip there as well. So I'm just going to turn that over so I can see where I need to put my pads. And I'm pretty sure I've got some strips here. Yes, we have. So we've got some wider ones as well, I think. Move it up, but we'll keep those. Oh, we'll go with those. Pieces that I keep sticking back on. So I'm just going to pop a piece down there. take a piece down there. Just going to give this a little bit of support at those edges. Actually, use one there. So this is where those little bits come in handy. So we'll put that off. And then once we put this on, because we've joined those two pieces with these two bits of card, the card will then have a bit more rigidity. Just pop the top there. That's the come. There we go. So I saw on the email Hunkydory sent out this week that they're doing their club gift craft along. So that's coming up this week. So if you've made a card of it, usually they ask you to attach a photo to a post that they do for if you want to be on the show. So just keep an eye out for that if you are interested. Okay, and then we've got our Merry Christmas. Just thinking that just looks a little bit on wonk. Let's just, do you know when you're going to have one of those days and it's just going to be everything on the wonk? Because we've put that glue on, it should let us just move. And I just want to go a tad that way. I think that's better. Yeah, I just needed that tiny wee bit. Okay, so this bit I'm going to have coming across. So I'm going to use, shall I use those? Let's bring the little box of pads in. I've got some Crafters Companion ones here, which are slightly thicker. There they are. Knew they weren't far away. So this has got a sort of hole for a tag on that end, but I'm not going to use it as a tag. We're going to just use it as a sentiment. So if I pop that over, just need to put 2 on there. Get rid of those backs. Some glue on, some glue across. Put that across like there. Now we are nearly there, and I think probably gem wise we should go with some green ones. So at the top my drawer is these green ones. I've got some more here as well. So let's go for a little bit of glitter. We haven't used any glitter in a while. Now I am still, these are self-adhesive, but I am still going to put a little bit of glue on. And let's grab these. Go with 2 of the smaller ones on this side. 1. Come on. Here we go. And then on this side, go for 1 of the big ones. Okay. You can see, like when I open that now, there's a rigidity there. Okay, so that is my finished card. I think if I wanted to go a little further, what I could do is take my quickie glue pen and some deco art. Apologies guys, the camera cut out a little bit there. it's something to do with it being a camera, not a video camera. It can only record for a certain amount of time, and sometimes I just get so excited about what I'm doing, I'm not looking up and seeing what's happening in front of me on the screen. But all I did, all I was saying was that you can go in with some Glamour Dust and a quickie glue pen, which is what I actually did in the end, just around the sort of, I think it's a glass that he's standing on, and the little snow bits just on the topper only, just to add that little bit of extra, just take it to the next level. But yeah, so that is that card completed. So I'm just going to move quickly on to the next one, which I think we will do. So again, I'm going to start with a piece of 6x12, and I'm actually got two, although one of them is not cut very well. So let's see which is the one that's not cut very well. Looks to be that one. Let me just check that one. It's not brilliant either. Okay, let me bring it in my trimmer. And what I'll do is I'll just cut the bits for the card while I'm here. So I want a piece that's 6x12. Let's see, have we got... So that piece is under 6. Let me have a look at this one here. Good job, I keep it spare. And that's fine. Okay, so I need a piece that is 5.5 by 6. So hopefully that should be exactly the same as that. Yes. And I want a piece that's 6. Let's turn it around a little bit. So 6 by 2.5. And then that little pen I can go in my spare piece. So let's do some folding. Am I going to do some making up first of all? I think I will have to cut some layers. Okay, so the 6x12, that's nice and easy. We're just going to score that at 6, sorry, because we just want a normal little tent fold, and that's going to be the support of this card. Okay, and this piece that is a 5.5 by 6. We are going to score at, we want it on the 5.5 side. So, because we want it to be the length of the card. So we're going to score at 1/2 inch and at 2. Yeah. At 3.5 and then at 5. So I should have 3 1.5 pieces in the middle and 1/2 inch on the side there. And if I fold those up, I'll give them a burnish down while we're doing that. I have made this style of card before, but I'm just doing it in a slightly different way this time. Okay, so that's gonna create a step for us on the front of our card, quite a chunky one. And then this piece, want it at the 6 inch, and we're going to score at 1/2. We're going to score at 2, and then we're going to burnish those down because this is our panel, and that's going to go on our step. Okay, so let's get that out of the way. Let's start doing some layers. So I'm going to do the back of my card as normal with a 2 notches under the 6, or it's going to be 1/8 under the 6. Okay, and that should fit onto the back quite nicely. And then I'm going to come in with this piece here, and I want to keep the bird, so I'm going to go at 5 3/4, and we're going to do that as a square. And that should fit onto our gold mat quite nicely. Let me change this a little bit because I'm going to hide the bird a bit. No, we'll keep it as it is. We'll do it as I designed it and then worry about anything else later on. Okay, so I'm going to take another piece of this. I'm going to cut it down to 2 notches under the 6. And then I want a piece that's, let's go this way around. So 2 notches under the 1.5. So I need 1, 2, 3, 'so we've got 1 for the top, 1 for the middle and 1 for the inside. And just check they fit nicely, they should do. Okay, I'm not putting 1 on the bottom because that's just going to be pretty much hidden. Okay, and then for this piece here, I think I'm going to need another piece of gold. Let's use this piece here. So this is 2.5, so it needs to be 2 notches under 2.5. I'm going to get rid of that bit, I think. And then this piece on the top is 1.5, so do we want to decorate that? Previous ones I don't think I have, so I'm not going to. So I'm just going to do a piece for this panel, so that's going to be 2 notches under the 4. We'll keep that to hand in case I change my mind, but that should fit quite nicely onto there, and it does. Okay, so then for my pieces on there, I think probably gonna go with a bit of red on there, and we need to be 1.25. I'm not sure that's gonna work out at, looks like it's probably going to be okay. And it is. So that needs to be, I'm going to cut this bit off and do 5 3/4. So that's that one. That's that one there, 5 3/4. Oh, it should have been 6 3/4. Oh. Okay, no, not to worry. What we will do is we will cut 1 inch. We will do a bit of ribbon, and then this piece was 1.5, no, 2.5. So we need to be 2.25. And I am going to keep the border in on this one. That should be 3.25 for that there. Okay, so I'm just going to go over those sizes. So this piece is 6 by 2.5. We've scored at 1/2 inch and then at 2, so we've got a 1.5 inch step there. And then I've got the panel, which is 2.5 by 4 minus 2 notches, and then for that piece it's 2.25 by 3 3/4. Okay, these pieces here, so this piece here was a 5.5 by 6, and I've scored at 1/2 inch and then 1.5 inches along, so 2, 3.5, 5. That's going to make our box. And then these pieces I have done, so these are all 1.5 by 6, and then I've just taken 2 notches off and then 4 notches off. We'll excuse the fact that I did that wrong. And then the back is normal, So we did that at 6 by 6, so 2 notches off the 6 by 6, and then 5 3/4 square. We'll keep these bits to the side in case we do need them. Not those bits, maybe those bits, but not those bits. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a little bit of assembling. So just pop these bits out in front of us. Okay, now I'm in and ahhing about whether to cut this down a little bit and have that robin a bit higher. No, it needs to be there, otherwise it doesn't need to be there, because that step will be there and hiding it. Okay, what I'm going to do, I am going to change my mind. I know I do it a lot. I'm just going to take an inch off the top. Okay, and put that a little higher so that that bird is quite focal on there. So let's do some assembling. Let's get this on. So let's move that out of the way. So we can go with our normal glues because we are on all cardstock and it's all porous. So sorry about the confusion there. If you want to keep it as a whole piece, if you haven't got anything particularly decorative on there, then obviously you can do, or you can do like I do, just trim it a little bit, just so that you've got that bit of extra bit of picture showing at the top. It's going to look a bit better coming out of there because we're going to have red here anyway. So I think it's going to look a little bit better. So let's go ahead and put this on. You could even go a little bit more and have a 1.5 inch off the top because this step is 1.5. But it's up to you. You make the decision based upon what your designer's got on it. You might not be using this same topper. Okay, so on these little pieces here, we're going to pop some red liner tape, just because it is the strongest. If you want to, you can use your tacky glue for this. It will hold it, and it will hold it really well, because what it does is it sort of glues into the actual fibres of the paper, if you like, so it does become pretty strong. The only thing is you just have to find something to hold it there while it's gluing so that it doesn't move. If you've got time to hold it, you might even have a hot glue gun. I have got a hot glue gun, but I'm not sure, I'm not that confident with it, to be honest. Okay, so this piece, this step is going to go right on the bottom of this card. Should have done that trick with the pulling it away. Just going to move that along a little bit. I'm not having much joy today, am I, with sticking things? Right, okay, so we can move that over. So that is going to be about as good as I am going to get it today, just because it's not working my way. This bit should be easier. So I'm going to peel all of this off. And because this should be able to be folded flat afterwards, if I straighten that out, put that down, that's going to put that in the perfect place for me. Okay, so you just have to make sure you've got those two places there, and then you can pop it flat. Okay, so let's go with this. So I think let's pop this one in first of all. So this is the one that's just going inside just to hide our workings. I'm not putting any red on it. I'm just literally just sliding that inside. And then I'm just going to hold that down for a second while that takes. Tacky glue probably would have been better for that, to be honest with you. I think we'll be okay. Okay, and then I can come in with these two layers. I'm actually going to be okay with that cut. I'm not going to have to mend it with ribbon because I just remembered that panel's going on front, so that's fine. Okay, so popping that bit there, and then this one's going on there. Again, tacky glue in those corners. Into place. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll just let those sit a while I do this piece here. It's just going to be a bit easier if this has gone off and dried a little bit before I do the next part. So we're just going in with our gold layer. And again, tacky glue in those corners just to give it that bit of, make that dry a little quicker. It's going in there. Okay, so while that's drying, I do want to pop a little bit of red line tape on the top of here. Just give that a little press down. Okay, so what I can do, so that bit that I cut wrong, if I pop that onto here like so, and I glue it in a second, when I put this over, you're not going to see it. Okay, so phew. Okay, this one obviously I'm going to put on there because you will see the whole of that one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just give this a couple of minutes just to glue down, and then I'm going to come back, so bear with me 2 seconds. Okay, so it's only been about 2 minutes, but I'm satisfied that's gone down. I did put a little bit of tacky glue on the ends there. I think I have said before I can't stand it when the ends come up, so I do have to make sure that they are pretty well stuck down. So again, just pop in the glue on. And then popping that into there. Just a little bit of purpose in the middle. Pop that on, that should go nicely to that end. Just shows sometimes your mind just goes for a minute and you just cut it wrong. It's just so annoying, but at least it's not a big problem on this because it's really easy to hide that. If it was somewhere where it was going to be showing, what I would do is I would put that on and I would grab, let's say, a little piece of ribbon, and I would glue that on before and then just put a bow and make a feature out of it. I always say if you can't hide a mistake, then make a feature of it, make everybody look at it. And when someone says, oh, I like where you put that bow, and then you go, that's there for a reason. Okay, so this piece here, this is the trickier piece. Okay, so I'm taking the back off and I'm going to flatten it out. And I'm going to push my hold card down. I'm going to put some tacky glue on there just because that is the strongest and it is going to glue the fastest. And I'm going to make sure all of my boo-boo is hidden. I want a bit of the red coming through, and I'm going to press that down. And now when that opens up, it's going to open exactly the right angle. So it's It's going to open at exactly the right angle, and it does mean that the card is going to fold down flat again. Okay, so like I say, you can't even see that there now. So why was I worrying? Why was I worrying? Okay, let's grab the little topper out of here. Don't want anything too big, but I know there was a little cutie one with that little hedge pig, as I call them, hedgehog. So we've got this one here, and we need a little sentiment. I think it might go joy to all. Maybe down there. I could go with a border, which has got the December 25th open, but hopefully they'll have this card up well before then. Okay, so let's decide how I want my topper to go. I kind of feel like maybe I want a bit of that red showing. I don't think I want it down at the front, so it definitely needs to fill up that big space. So let me just hold this card up before me so I can see how that's going to go on a shelf. Yeah, so I'm going to have that coming over a little, although if I do that, then it's not going to go in a 6x6 envelope. So let's rethink that a little bit. If I put that like so, I think I'm going to have to just go for a bigger envelope, because I really want that up there. No, let's behave, let's do it properly, let's have it there and have it in a 6x6. Okay, time for some foam pads. So we've got some Hunkydory ones there. Always the same height. Yeah, let's put them on there then and get rid of that. Stuck, so it's not coming off. And Crafters Companion ones there as well. Okay, so to go like so. These are the thin ones. I don't want to use the thin ones before I have to. Let's use the fatter ones. So these are probably about a 2mm maybe foam pad. So put that one there, and then I know I've just got to put a couple more on the inside. And like I think it was Rebecca that was saying this morning, these are really strong foam pads, you know, but so you don't have to go too mad if you don't want to. I just like to have more is more for me, let's put it that way. Okay. And you don't need to do this if you don't want to. I just do it for a bit of security, so I know I've got that bit of time just to take it off. Okay, so let's go there with that one. Just grab one of these. These are about a 4mm, I believe. And can go that way. Go there, and then all I need to do is that insert, so I use that insert that I cut in half. I might do some gems as well, fill in that space at the top. Okay, so I'll put that there. And do we want to go gold gems? So I don't think I want to put anything on there. I could do, I could go in and pop a little bit of red there, but I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference, because when the card's up, you're going to be looking at it that way anyway, so you're not going to see that and you're not going to see that, okay, on the bottom. So let's bring in my other guillotine and that bit of insert, and I'm going to go 5 3/4 and 5 3/4. 2 nice little pieces there to play with for scribbling on, which is I do a lot. So for my inserts, just checking that fits quite nicely, and it does. And I'm just going to use, you could use any glue, sometimes I use tacky, sometimes I use the other, and I just put a little bit at the top, pop it in, press it down and leave that loose like that, so that it looks like the type of card that has a double-sided insert. Okay, let's grab some gems, and I think I'm going to go for my favourite gems because I haven't used them today and I might get withdrawal. So to bring on the shiny. Okay, so we definitely need something up here, so let's turn this around, and I'm going to put 1, 2, 3. Let's grab my picky uppy tool. I've got a largish one, slightly smaller, and slightly smaller. 1, 2, 3. And then I think I'm going to put one here in this big open space. And then I'm going to put, we'll just go with a sort of smallish one down here. Okay, and that's that card finished. If you wanted to, again, you could go in with the glitter, you know, all around this, what's it called, watering can. Maybe even the frosting down here if you wanted to. I'm only going to do it on the one card today, so that is all we need to do. I'm just going to bring back it in that other card. So we've got two very different cards there, both lovely with an insert. So you know, you don't have, you could put the plain one behind there so that you can't see anything through if you wanted to. You know, options, there's options there for everyone, depending on what you like. I think this card, there is a competition. Just move that around, so I shouldn't have done. There is a sort of card challenge going on. I'll try and find it, and it is this fold. I'm sure it's this fold. It's a fun fold anyway. I sort of found out about it from watching Crafty Seas. So I might put in the description a hashtag for it. I might enter it in there. Then again, I might not. I might change my mind. I might do that a lot. But that's it for today. So next time, I think I'll go back to goodie bag number 1. There is a craft pad in there that I was super excited about, but I didn't use last time. I used one of the topper sets. So I might get that craft pad out next time. We'll have a little play with that one. After that, I think we're going to stick on Christmas for a while. We're coming into the season. I know a lot of people may be starting to make theirs. I know we, you know, they've been around since June, the Christmas kits, but it is, you know, traditionally the time that people start making for friends and family. So I thought it would be nice to recap on some of the kits after that, but we will do the goodie box number 1 again. I may even come back to this goodie box again, maybe even this pad again, or maybe the topper set. I don't know, but it's still Christmas, isn't it? So but definitely Christmas is going to be the theme for a couple of weeks, and then we will see where we go to after that. But thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves. Happy crafting. Bye bye.